Hey guys, this is AJ.
And some people call me a thirst trap, but I like to prefer to refer to myself as just an old chunk of coal. I'm Jurn Simmons.
And we are non-thirsty pro wrestling Twitch individuals, and sometimes we talk for an hour.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not thirsty. I'm just like, I'm not a thirst trap.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Would you like to define the difference?
No.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. All right, so today we're talking everything, something I know you're going to be passionate about, and it kind of, the more and more they own everything, you could talk about pretty much anything. And
yeah.
That's Disney.
Yeah. I just like, because of course, like you once again forgot to do a poll with 4 subjects that people could vote on for us to talk about.
So to be fair, I didn't forget. Apologies, guys, as you know, my lack of streams been in an iffy way the past couple of days, to say the least. Just anxiety getting the better of me. So I just decided what the poll was gonna, or what the decision was gonna be. And I was like, it needs to be happy and something I know Jurn can talk about. So there was no forgetfulness. This is the only bit of work I've put in all week.
Okay, so it wasn't forgetfulness, it was just laziness.
Yeah.
That's good to know. No, but like I noticed that, but then I was thinking to myself as well, it's like, man, is AJ gonna come through this week? Is he gonna do a poll with 4 subjects? And then I think you texted me being like, hey, like let's just talk about Disney. I was like, oh yeah, all right. That's that's perfectly fine with me. Because like you said as well, like Disney fucking owns everything nowadays.
Yeah.
So we can basically talk about everything.
I mean,
now.
Specifically, I kind of wanted to dive into like the animated movies that made up our childhood and so many people's childhood. But then, like,
the Disney Renaissance, as they call it.
And then I was like driving home, and I was like, wait, what? And then like Disney owns Fox, they own Marvel, they own Star Wars, which is I guess technically called Lucasfilms. I want to look up everything that Disney owns. I'm just gonna Google. What does...
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Disney.
It's a lot, dude. I can tell you that much.
Oh my god.
Oh, they own Pixar as well?
You really not know that?
No.
That's a branch of Disney. It always has been.
Oh, I just thought it was like 2 separate things that like work together a lot.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean.
So they made... I have... Oh my god. I'm going to send you this image. And
do they own National Geographic?
They own part of it. So I just...
Because I'm just going to Disney Plus and like seeing the subsection.
I just like... There's a diagram on this website, Title Max, that shows everything that they own. And it's huge. Like I can't even read the print. But real quick, they own ABC. They have an 80% stake in ESPN. They own Touchstone Pictures, Marvel, Lucasfilm, 50% equity in A&E, and the History Channel and Lifetime. They own Pixar, Hollywood Records, 10% stake in Vice Media. They own Core Publishing.
Okay.
And recognizable brands and film franchises: Star Wars, The Muppets, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Disney.
The Muppets is Disney as well?
Yeah. The Chronicles of Narnia, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, I mean, we already knew that. Winnie the Pooh.
I knew about pirates.
Yeah. Indiana Jones. Grey's Anatomy.
Oh man, my favorite show.
What?
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was.
Fucking love that show.
I didn't realize that show was on as long as it was, and that it was still on, right? Or is it just ended?
What is it? I don't fucking know. I've never seen a single episode in my life.
It's Disney, so we can look it up. Grey's Anatomy.
Who cares, dude? The thing is, like,
shit, hold on.
everybody should know about pirates because the entire like Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise is based off a fucking Disneyland or Disney World like ride.
So hold on. So Grey's Anatomy has 16 seasons, 363 episodes, and it looks like it's still going.
Oh, nice. So it's kind of like the American One Piece.
Is One Piece that long as well?
One Piece is insane. Let me actually like look that up.
Is it Disney?
It's One Piece is definitely not Disney. The anime series. I'll just do a list of like One Piece episodes. You want to know the total amount of episodes for One Piece
Yeah.
right now? It's still going, just so you know. Total amount of episodes for One Piece is 929.
Oh no!
Season 1 started in October 20th, 1999? Holy fuck. I didn't know it was that old.
Also, so Grey Anatomy is still going. They've finished their season 16 and they've ordered for season 17.
Oh my god.
It's wow.
It's incredible.
Like, oh my god, the fact that Disney owns so much, like, they've got to be an evil corporation.
Here's the thing. One Piece is currently in its 20th season,
Oh, they're
like
like,
for the anime. But the thing is, you have to realize there's seasons. Like the 19th season had 109 episodes.
what the hell? They don't know what a season is.
The 17th season had 118 episodes. Well, the thing is, like the way seasons work for anime is they go in arcs.
Oh,
So like a story arc is considered a season. So some are like hella short, some are really long. Yeah.
know what this reminds me of? Is The Simpsons, which I just looked up. 31 seasons, 684 episodes.
Man, One Piece still crushing it
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Still like 300 episodes more than The Simpsons.
Like, what?
That's
the
incredible.
Fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I was never super into The Simpsons.
It was
think-
part of my childhood just because it was on TV. And, like, during the times I would be watching TV
Yeah.
or eating dinner or whatever. I think
I've seen The Simpsons like that
Yeah.
as well. And I was always just like, oh yeah, it's pretty funny. But I was like, some people just like fucking just worship The Simpsons. I'm like, okay, I didn't think it was that good.
I haven't
you know?
watched it in years, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm looking up something someone said in the chat.
There's a lot of fucking One Piece video games as well. Pirate Warriors, of course, being the best. Gotta love a fucking Dynasty Warriors clone.
What?
Have you never played Dynasty Warriors?
Not since probably PlayStation 2. Buddy Kate brought it over.
Okay. So One Piece has like a gaming series, I guess, a video game series called Pirate Warriors, which is made by like the same people that make Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, and it's the exact same game except with the fucking One Piece characters.
So it's just a reskin.
Basically, but that's kind of what they do for all of those games, and all of those games are fucking cool, dude. I love them.
The closest I actually own to something like that, or as far as the gameplay, where it's like, you know, hordes of people and you slash them up and you're going around like clearing a map,
Yeah.
was Drakengard.
Oh, I've never actually played that.
It's good. And actually, someone the other day was just like, "Hey, would you ever play Nier Automata on the stream?" Which,
Yeah.
so this is how this game series works. Drakengard has multiple endings. One of which is when battling the big bad at the end, you and your dragon get like transported to modern day, modern day Japan, and but being from another time and having like, you know, it's kind of a parallel universe, you bring a germ with you that wasn't in Japan at that time, so it causes a disease that like wrecks the modern world. And also, like, you're gunned down by the military once you arrive because everybody's like, fuck, a dragon and a dude. Like, what is this? So that doesn't spawn Drakengard 2. The good ending spawns Drakengard 2. What that spawns is a game called Nier, which is all about that. And then an alternate ending of Nier is what spins Nier Automata. So Nier Automata, the game someone asked about that I do own, and it is a good game, is based off like 4 different alternate universes of the game Drakengard.
Yeah, okay, so that's not even like Nier Automata isn't even a direct sequel to Nier.
Yeah.
which wasn't a direct sequel to
No.
Drakengard.
It's so
Basically.
weird how it works, and I probably even messed it up and got it wrong. But someone pointed out, Haley says they already said fuck the mouse. We aren't talking about Disney anymore.
I mean, like we were never gonna talk about Mickey. Let's be real.
Yeah, we're never gonna talk about Mickey. Like, I wanted to talk about the movies personally. Like,
Yeah, the Disney Renaissance
yeah, your
movies.
favorite is Lion King, correct?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the
Beauty and the
Beast.
Beast.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
And you loved the live action remake, did you not?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like in general, I do think like I do think like the animated movies are like way better than the live action versions, right? And overall, I think like why are they making the live action versions? But it's all about money, so whatever. Like I know why. It's just like you just basically making the same movie again. But I feel like with Beauty and the Beast, because what I feel gets lost a lot in those live action movies is like the expressions and the emotion on the characters' faces,
Yeah.
right? Because for example, that was my big peeve with like Lion King. Is because like Lion King, like the new one, looks fucking amazing. Like it's gorgeous, right? The way the lions look, like the way all the animals look. But because it's so like photorealistic, they like lose all the expression in their face.
Mhm.
So Beauty and the Beast is the one with like the most actual like human characters, I guess. Maybe besides like Aladdin. And then so I think that like still captured that the best. And then like it had a couple of like neat changes that I appreciated where they just like try to like expand on the universe, I guess.
Yeah.
So whereas like Aladdin was basically just a carbon copy, and with like Jafar being way less evil,
Yeah.
which sucked. And then it was also like one thing like I really liked about Aladdin was like they made like Jasmine a way more like powerful woman. Like I was really all about that until like at one point they just randomly had her burst into song about how powerful of a woman she was. I was like, all right, now I feel like you're doing it an injustice. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you ever stand up and everything for that stuff, that's cool. But you're like, she's getting fucking taken captive, and all of a sudden everything fucking freeze frames, and she's doing this fucking number. I'm like, wait, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, instead of just doing the right thing and making her a strong, powerful woman, you're just kind of like, we could need to make sure they know that we did this change, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Like
it
it's just
completely
like
takes
beating,
away. Yeah, it completely takes away the impact of what she's doing.
yeah, absolutely. Like it's beating the viewer over the head with it, and like it's kind of like an insult to intelligence, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But besides that, I thought Will Smith was cool as the genie, but like I think he did a good job with that.
A buddy
But
of
yeah,
mine,
like
because I haven't seen it, but
yeah,
a buddy of mine insists. He's like, dude, Will Smith's genie is better. It's different, but it's better than Robin Williams. I was like, how dare you?
yeah, I wouldn't say it's better, but it's definitely different. But it's good. It's good as well. You know what I mean? And then, but yeah, like the thing with Beauty and the Beast, like there's a couple of like neat changes I liked, where they basically explain like how the Beast like magically got cut off from the rest of the world, right?
Yeah.
And then they also explain like how none of the villagers knew knew
Yeah.
about the Beast, which I think was like probably pretty important considering they were just like a hike away from his castle.
Yeah.
But and then they delved into like what happened to like Belle's mom, like why she's dead, like that kind of stuff. The only thing that I disliked, and this is like a very personal thing, because like I love Gaston as a villain,
Yeah.
like from the original one, and then, like in the new one, like I think the guy like played him like really well, like he was really good, just like being like smug and arrogant, but also just like clueless because
Yeah.
Gaston's like kind of like brain dead. But
He's like kind of like that typical jock character, right? He's not the
Yeah.
smartest. He's just super arrogant, beefy boy.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like a big part of him is like, oh, like he has like status and stuff like in the village because like he's a man among men. You know what I mean? Like that's part of his like shtick.
Yeah.
So, but then like the dude that plays him is just like an average sized dude. Like I was just like, well, maybe you should have gotten somebody like
Batista wasn't available. What
a,
is this?
yeah, it's like where's The Rock to play this? You know, where is Dwayne?
What,
Is what I was wondering when I was
where
watching that movie.
you can
And
you
but
can
that's
call up DJ.
but that's also the thing of like one thing that I thought was dope that they added to the Gaston characters, like they made him like a war hero. So that's like why people liked him, you know, and looked up to him and stuff, and why they would follow him to try and like vanquish the beast. So I thought that was cool, where like he's a war hero and he was like a general or some shit, so he knows how to like command troops and be charismatic enough to like get people to go with him. But then it's the thing when they do the song Gaston, LeFou has to pay everybody off in the bar to sing along to try and cheer up Gaston. It's like, what? Like you're going against your own narrative here. You know what I mean? So like that's something that like annoyed me. But overall, like I did like some of the changes and like things they did in the live action Beauty and the Beast, which is why I like out of the live action ones, like out of the new live action movies, I think I prefer that one the most. But then again as well, like out of the animated ones, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't seen any of the new live action stuff. I want to put that out there.
Oh,
Some of it, like, I just straight refuse because I was like, nah, the animated is what I grew up with. And everybody's like, no, but the new stuff's so good. And it's not that I don't believe you, it's that I don't care. Uh,
all right, man.
and so, like, I just haven't taken the time. And also, I don't see a lot of new movies that come out anyway. Like, the past couple days, just, like, trying to, like, get my own stuff together. I've, like, watched a couple movies. But even still then, like, if I ever venture out to watch a new movie, it's usually just me looking for a dumb comedy I can laugh at.
Yeah, I feel that. Like I usually like with my real life brother, I go and watch the latest Marvel movie. But that's pretty much all I do, like to go like watch new movies. Besides that, like every now and then, like my dad will be like, "Hey, this movie looks cool. You want to go watch it?" Like, sure. You know. But then like Lion King, for example, I saw in theaters because like I was in like England at the time. It was like last year, and like me and Rufio just went to see it together. Because we were like, oh yeah, like we both like Lion King, you know, growing up and shit. And then like we went and watched it, and I was like, all right, yeah, it was neat.
Yeah, I heard like Lion King seems to be kind of the least well received, you know, live action remake because they had like Jay-Z and Beyonce attached to it too, right?
I don't know about Jay-Z,
Or
but
just
yeah,
Beyonce?
Beyonce is definitely in it,
Okay.
but she's like overly in it. You know, you know what I mean?
Well, who did
Like she plays adult Nala.
Oh, okay.
So, but the whole thing is like, and I think it's like the guy from Community, Childish Gambino, plays Simba.
Okay.
But which is fine, it's whatever, you know. But the thing is, like, what bugged me was there's the scene where like Simba realizes like he has to go like back to the pack. You know what I mean? He has to realize he has to step into his father's shoes and overthrow Scar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they show like, and like before this happens, Nala leaves him because he basically gives up on him. It's like, oh, like you're doing this fucking Hakuna Matata bullshit. You know, you fucking do you, dude. And then like she just takes off. But then like
you bum.
yeah, you fucking loser. But then Simba's like, I think he has like some spiritual thing with Rafiki, if I remember correctly. But and then he chases back to the pack. But like in the new live action version, while he's doing this, fucking a Beyonce song busts out, and it's just her going spirit. You know, and I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? She's a character in the movie. Like, why would Nala at this point sing this song? But no, it's not Nala, it's Beyonce, you know. But like, I guess you got to separate the two while you're watching the movie.
That's so weird. Plus, like in a remake, even if it's going to take creative liberties or whatever, I don't want a new song in a musical.
I don't I don't mind that as much. You know what I mean? Because once again, like for example, like Beauty and the Beast like added a new song, which I thought was good. And like, because it added to the story and added to the character. This didn't add shit. It's just to get like Beyonce some fucking more like singing time.
Do you think that maybe that was like a thing in the contract? Was Beyonce was like, listen, I'll do the movie, but I'm getting at least like 4 songs in.
It might be, dude. It might be. But like, because that's the thing. Like, especially like with Lion King, I feel like who the fuck did they get for Zazu? Again, it's another guy from Community. Like, it's the English dude from Community. I forget his name. But the thing is, as well, like he, I don't know. Like, no offense to him. Like, I think he's funny. Like, he was funny in Rick and Morty as well.
Hmm.
But he like, I don't know, man.
Oh,
He
John
was just like
Oliver.
not Zazu.
John
Yeah,
Oliver. That's who it is.
because the thing, yeah, because his thing is all like it's very like kind of typical like English like dry wit kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like Zazu is like super over the top. Yeah, like he's super dramatic and flamboyant and all that kind of stuff. And so his voice doesn't match up with the character at all, like in my opinion. And I like so, but I do have to say like Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen did really well as Timon and Pumbaa.
Billy Eichner. I have to look up who that is because that name doesn't ring a bell. Uh,
He's a comedian or something, I think. But like they did really well as Pumbaa and Timon.
Jesus, he pulled up immediately. I don't even never heard of this dude. Oh, I know him. Okay, okay, yeah. Also, did
Yeah.
not realize he was 41.
Whoa, what?
Yeah,
Really?
Billy
Holy
Eichner's
shit.
41. He's also 6'3". I knew he was tall, but I remember him from Parks and Rec
Ah, okay. Yeah, like I've never fully watched Parks and Rec,
and
so
Billy on the Street, which I haven't fully seen, but I've seen like clips of it. Just him walking up the
I
beach
just know
party.
him I just know him from skits with Conan O'Brien. But
Like the one where he's like, "Hey, do you know who this is?" And it's Conan O'Brien, and they're like, "No." He's like, "Ah, knew it." No, he did that with John Oliver. I'm sorry. Like that's what it was
uh
because John Oliver is about to get like his new talk show on like Showtime or whatever it is. It's one of those networks I'm not going to pay for.
yeah.
And they walked around on the street, and everybody's like, "Do you know who this is?" No. He's like, "Oh, I'm John Oliver from the John Oliver Tonight Show or whatever it is." And they're like, "Nope." He's like, "Oh, okay, bye," and just walks off.
Yeah, but like I said, like they did really well as Pumbaa and Timon. So
Yeah.
that like there's good points about the movie. Like I'm not gonna say it was complete shit, but
No.
I do think it was like the most disappointing one.
I think even if you, no matter what you do with a Disney movie, as long as you keep some of the, like even, I would dare to say that the nostalgia of it will keep it up, right? Like even if it's a
Yeah,
real poor remake, the nostalgia of it and seeing it live action will make you be like, oh no, it's okay.
yeah.
Even if like maybe you took it out of context, put it in a bubble and watched it itself, you're kind of like, oh, this is shit.
I think
But
in general, like one like action adaptation that I might actually like prefer over the original is probably Jungle Book. Like I don't
oh,
know if you've seen that one, but
there's
I
been
think like
so
what
many of that.
yeah. But I mean like the John Favreau one, like the actual Disney one, right? So because I feel like they did a really good job of like just making the story like more coherent,
Yeah,
you know, because Jungle Book in general, like the original, is kind of like it's all over the place, but this like follows more of just like a straight narrative, which I guess is better
yeah.
in a movie setting.
Are you talking about the 1994 The Jungle Book?
Is it? No, that's not a '94 movie.
Okay, because that's what I kind of grew up with over the Jungle Book, and it's got the cast is pretty studded. It's Lena Headey's in it.
Okay. No, I'm
Sam
talking about like the
Sam Neill.
1967.
It's
The
19.
1967, yeah, the 1967 is like the original like Jungle Book Disney movie. It is like the guy that voiced like Winnie the Pooh is
Oh yeah,
Ka.
no, I thought you were mentioning the live action one.
Oh no, I'm talking about the 2016 live action one.
Oh, okay. Let me look up that because I didn't know of this. 2016, The Jungle Book. Okay, it looks
Yeah,
neat.
yeah, it's pretty dope. And once again, like it's also like a very pretty movie, so it helps as well.
Yeah, like it's the visuals I'm seeing so far are super cool. Just in the greens and the stuff.
Yeah,
That snake kind of frightens the living shit out of me though.
that snake, dude. The snake is voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
What?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Scarlet Joe?
Yeah, dude, ScarJo popping off.
Just being an evil snake.
Yeah.
I'm a snake. Sorry.
She actually like did like a rendition of Trust in Me, but I don't think it's in the movie. All right, cool, AJ.
Sorry,
It's
sorry.
cool.
I was just
It's
looking at
cool that
this.
you ignored that.
So some of this is just blowing my mind. And now I'm just reminiscing about that '94 The Jungle Book because like I remember watching it a bunch as a kid, and like it was kind
I don't
of
know about this one.
it was kind of more of an adult movie. I feel like
Let me actually look this up. Yeah, I have no clue about this one.
it's good. Like the
That's
animals don't talk,
John
but like
Cleese. All right.
the animals don't talk, but he has like a good rapport with them, and like him and Lena Headey or however you say her name are like
Lena Headey.
Lena Headey are
Yeah.
close. The guy who plays
Eh,
Mowgli is a badass. I remember
all
there being
right.
a really cool knife in there at some point.
A knife?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mowgli
Shout
fought.
out! Shout outs to the knife.
Yeah, Mowgli fought and was like would get shot at.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's shit got real. That's why it was
How do
rated.
you how do you feel about the Disney version of Tarzan?
You mean with Phil Collins doing the soundtrack?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
Well, like
love it,
none of the actual like characters singing anything. It's just Phil Collins singing
dude. I
everything.
love it. It was so
Yeah.
good. I think I saw it in theaters with my family. I've seen quite a few, or not quite a few. Like, if you ever come over to my family home, and
Okay.
see like the entire wall of what we call the playroom, which is what just the kids' room or whatever, is all
Yeah.
VHS Disney movies, like every single one.
Oh, nice.
And
And Spaceballs.
no, no Spaceballs.
Damn it.
Sorry, but I mean, I bet that's owned by Disney by this point too. But I mean, I guess no, they wouldn't have had to sign off on it. It's a parody.
No, I mean, like, it has to be owned by Disney because of merchandising.
Merchandising.
The Spaceballs
Baseballs.
flamethrower. The
Yeah.
kids love that one.
Yeah. Dude, Mel Brooks.
Dude,
Like,
he's the fucking man,
he's
dude.
awesome. But yeah, so and we saw a couple in theaters as well when they were coming out. Like we saw like I think Dinosaurs, but that wasn't really Disney, that was more or maybe that was Universal, I'm sorry. But we saw Mulan in theaters.
Yeah, I never saw Mulan in theaters.
Really? I remember because then we went to McDonald's. We got that special Szechuan sauce too. True story. I was alive for
Oh,
that first round of the Szechuan sauce.
oh yeah. I just know that from Rick and Morty.
Oh, really? Did you guys not get it over there?
I can't remember it, so probably not.
Let's see what Disney movies came out in the '90s because there was a couple others.
Oh, dude, it started with Little Mermaid. Okay.
Okay.
Then it was Beauty and the Beast. Then it was Lion King. Then it was Aladdin. And from there on, I don't know like the order anymore. But there's Hercules, Mulan, and Tarzan. Maybe I'm forgetting one.
Okay, I'm trying to see. I'm looking through the whole list. There's ones I did not realize. Air Bud is Disney as well, which I didn't realize, even though it's very
Oh,
bright on the
fuck yeah,
package.
dude. Oh, Pocahontas and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh yeah,
I think
those.
I think I saw Mulan in theaters. I think Toy Story 2,
I remember. I
Tarzan.
remember seeing Hunchback in theaters because the final like scenes,
Yeah.
right, where like the church on fire and all that kind of shit, like scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Tarzan, A Bug's Life. I think I saw Bug's Life in there as well.
Yeah, but that's not really part of like the Renaissance though.
Yeah, but know what I didn't realize is that The Nightmare Before Christmas is also by Disney.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know how I know that? It's because like on like my VHS of Lion King, it always like had the trailer for that movie like in front of it. So I just figured it was Disney as well. It's like
There's
why else would they put a trailer? Like they can just
oh
pick any trailer they want. You know what I mean?
yeah, fair enough. There, man, there's so many movies that I'm fine. Oh man, Flubber was Disney. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Man. Oh man, I'm looking at like Rotten Tomatoes and scores and shit right now, right? For
Yeah.
like the Disney Renaissance,
Uh-huh.
they all do quite well. Apparently, The Rescuers Down Under is considered like part of the Disney Renaissance as well, even though I think that's like way different than all those other movies. But
Still
whatever. Like,
good, but different, much different.
yeah, but like a bunch of them have like super high ratings, and then all the reviews like of Pocahontas range between shit and fucking shit.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like that might have something to do with
I
like
mean,
the Pocahontas
yeah.
story being hell inaccurate and not even like remotely
Well,
close to
that's the
like.
thing. Like all of their stories are inaccurate. The
Yeah, but
Hercules
this.
story is incredibly inaccurate. Like Pocahontas has like a 55% fucking Rotten Tomatoes rating, and then Hercules is 84%.
Well,
So
Hercules is amazing, but like my thing is like a lot of.
I'm not saying Hercules is not dope.
I feel like a
I'm
lot of
just
people.
saying, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people over the years have given Pocahontas shit because it's like based on like some American history, and they're all Pocahontas was a character in American history, as was John Smith and stuff like that. But the story's very different.
Yeah.
John Smith, not really a good guy in real life, apparently.
I mean, Pocahontas not either. She
Jo-
fucking ditched her clan to go fucking bounce, dude.
oh, jeez,
She did.
it's true.
She just left her people. He didn't give a fuck.
I think like in number two, they kind of like correct it slightly because she's got like somebody else. I just remember not liking Pocahontas as a kid.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. I really like. I like Hercules, right? But it's like
I love Hercules.
part of me is bugged by it. That
Why?
like
Oh, because you're really into
because
that kind of mythology and stuff.
yeah, because I like mythology and like it doesn't even come close to the actual story of Hercules. God damn it!
So, do our loyal, lovely viewers the favor and tell us what's wrong with it.
Well, first of all, it's based in Greece, but they use his Roman name. Like in Greece, and like his Greek name is Heracles, and then like Hercules is the Roman name, which I guess is easier to pronounce for like Western societies nowadays. So that's why
America.
they,
Yep.
yeah. So that's like what bothers me about it. Number one. Number two, the main villain is Hades, which Hercules never, or Heracles, whichever version you prefer. Yeah, I'll let the audience decide for themselves. Hades,
Just
like
call him H.
Hercules never had any beef with Hades. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah, it's just like Hercules' actual story, like in Greek mythology, is about like the 12 labors he does. And he has to, like, because he's a demigod, like they got that part at least, like that he's like son of Zeus and everything. But he's a demigod that has to prove himself to the gods. Like that's pretty much where all the similarities end of the
Wow.
story.
I mean, it could be
Because
possibly the reason they changed it and stuff is because, like, Hades is easy because, like, he rules hell, so you can make him like an allegory for the devil. And, like, you're just going to make it a blatant hero story rather than a list of 12 chores.
well, yeah, it's also like because they honestly they mix in some of the chores like a little bit, right? Like he
Okay.
beats the Hydra and all of that kind of stuff. Um, the whole thing is like also just like any other fucking Greek story, Hercules' story is a fucking tragedy. You know what I
Oh.
mean? The story ends with him fucking dying. It's not a
No.
happy ending. So that wouldn't really work for a Disney movie, I feel like. That's probably also why they changed the Hunchback of Notre Dame, where everybody just fucking died. So
Oh, man. Does the Hunchback die too? Quasimodo?
yeah.
No.
Also, this may come as a shocker to you as well, AJ.
Oh,
But
no.
Esmeralda doesn't return the love to Quasimodo in the original story. She's horrified by him.
Oh, no.
And then like Judge Claude Frollo isn't actually a judge in the original story.
He's
He's
just a
like he's
lawyer?
like the no, he's just a deacon.
Okay.
He's he's the guy at the church, right? That actually takes Quasimodo in, like
Uh-huh.
the good-natured, good-willed, everything. But he gets corrupted by lust for Esmeralda, which like ends up like in her death, basically.
Oh, Jesus.
Like everybody dies except for Captain Phoebus, who is a huge piece of shit. because he like just manipulates Esmeralda and rapes her and then just like leaves her for dead.
No,
So
no, Jesus, no.
so yeah, I mean like
I
you
don't
know
like
they're like
that. I don't like that at all.
there's a lot more like to the Captain Phoebus character. Obviously, you know, he's kind of in the Claude Frollo position where he hunts down the gypsies and like the point is this guy's a real jerk. All right.
I don't know.
This guy's a real
I'm
jerk.
looking at pictures of him, and he seems really nice.
Yeah, he does it in the Disney version.
I'm not so sure
But yeah,
about that goatee, but
but yeah, the whole thing is like Hercules' story is basically like he has to do 12 labors, like and like it's a bunch of different ones, and like he completes them like at the end of it, right? But like he's ran into like during these 12 labors, he ran into and beat like this evil centaur, whose name I'm forgetting right now. It's something with an N. But then like his wife is worried about Hercules that he's gonna leave her or whatever, you know, and all that kind of stuff when he finishes his 12 labors and goes like joins up with the gods or some shit like that.
okay.
You know, and then so this centaur then like visits Hercules' wife and is basically, yeah, like I got a gift for you. You know, like you can give this to your husband as like a sign of like goodwill and love and all that, so he'll stay with you. Because it was like this like suit of armor or whatever, right? It was like really good armor, and Hercules is a warrior, so he'll love that shit. And then
He'll love that shit. He can put it on. He won't get stabbed. It's good for everybody.
yeah, exactly. So she's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! Thank you, this and that." And then she gives it to him, and he's like stoked about it, like he's super excited about it. And then he puts it on, but he ends up dying because in the armor is a bunch of poison
Oh no!
that the centaur put there. So then he doesn't end up going to the gods, and he leaves his wife as well because he fucking dies. So
Is his wife Meg?
no,
Damn. Is Meg actually in the story at all?
I don't think so. I think like she's like from a different story. But yeah,
Also, is the centaur in the actual story? Is that just?
oh wait,
film?
I'm wrong. She was the wife of Hercules. I'm sorry.
Oh, word. Okay, don't ruin that for me.
The centaur? What are you saying?
Because Phil, the trainer, is a little centaur, isn't he?
No, he's a satyr.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's half goat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
there is a centaur in. Yeah, there he is, like the centaur Nessus. Yeah,
Disney movie. Nessus is his name?
yeah,
I'm gonna mispronounce this, and Google's gonna fix it for me. Found it. Oh yeah, that's right. He captures Meg, like as
yeah,
a ploy or whatever, and then Hercules beats the shit out of him.
yeah. That's how they initially meet, I
Yeah.
think, in the movie. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm preferring the Disney version.
gee, I wonder why. Because it's all happy-go-lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say happy-go-lucky. Like he's got to fight to get his powers back, and sacrifices himself for Meg, and then becomes a god again. Oh man, I gotta rewatch this movie.
I did like I will be like honest. I think like Hades in the Hercules movie is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
Like he's really funny.
and the actor that plays him too. Hades. Shit. Hades Disney. It's played by. God damn it! Why can't I find it? Come on, he's famous too. Oh, James Woods.
The name is familiar. I can't put like what he's from. I guess Disney Hades.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Also-
I think he's really good. I think like a lot of people like really like Mulan,
Yeah.
right? I like Mulan as well. But here's the thing. Like my big problem with Mulan is you know, like I think a protagonist is only as good as its antagonist.
Okay.
And Mulan is a really shitty antagonist.
What?
Yeah, Mulan's antagonist doesn't say anything the entire movie.
Because he's
Like
a
barely
brooding
gets.
badass.
He's not a brooding badass. He's no fucking personality. Like, there's nothing to him. There's nothing interesting to him except like he's a bad guy, does bad stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's like this is the main reason I love Beauty and the Beast so much because it has the perfect parallel of like Gaston and the Beast, where the Beast starts off angry, you know, and as a beast and all this kind of stuff, whereas Gaston, as aloof and dumb as he is, starts off like charming and trying to be nice. You know what I mean? And their like stories completely mirror each other. Or at the end of the movie, the Beast is the nice and compassionate one, and he's like a gentleman and all that shit. And Gaston is an absolute animal set out for fucking murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See,
And then fucking Belle is a spider in between both of their webs. So
I didn't mind Mulan's like antagonist or protagonist, whatever it is, being kind of more brooding or whatever, because it supposed to be just like an allegory for like the Mongolians or whatever.
it's the antagonist that was brooding,
yeah,
because like the protagonist is Mulan.
Yeah. So the antagonist is just like an allegory for the Mongolians, I'm pretty sure, and like I thought he was supposed to like symbolize Genghis Khan.
Yeah, sure.
And also like him not having need to be much backstory or not having to have much to him besides the fact he's a conqueror and evil, all that stuff. I thought was cool because then you can focus more on Mulan trying to like conform into like that whole gender role storyline and all that kind of stuff and being accepted and just, you know, then eventually for who she is or whatever, which is a really cool story, especially nowadays. But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I think it's one of the better ones. Also,
I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I like Mulan. I just don't think it's as good as a lot of people say.
I think you're wrong. During training, I like to play the "Make a Man Out of You" when people.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
I like. I'm not gonna deny fucking Danny Osmond's fucking vocal abilities, but or Donnie Osmond, I think. But like, I'm not gonna deny that. Like, the song's great.
Yep.
You know, don't get me wrong with that. I'm just talking from like a story perspective and a character perspective.
Also,
It's not as strong as a lot of fucking the other movies.
Also, I'm looking at the remake, and it looks like it's got like quite a bit of changes to it.
Cool.
Like there's new characters and stuff, but something that it doesn't seem to have that I dislike is it doesn't have Li Shang.
Oh, he's like their trainer, right?
Yeah, the trainer that she kind of like falls for, or whatever, and learns to accept
Yeah.
and realizes that, you know, she's a much bigger badass than him. Like he's not in it, so I'm not sure if there's like maybe like they took out the love interest. I don't know. Also, apparently the Emperor of China is going to be played by Jet Li.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, I just looking at Google, guys. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but it says the Emperor of China.
That's gotta be hype.
That's fucking badass.
The thing is, like, because I'm looking at like the fucking casting list of this live action thing, right?
Yeah.
But it says here like both Tung and Chen, who are like different characters, are based on Li Shang. So I guess he's in the movie. He's just like split into two characters.
Oh, okay.
So whatever, you know.
I don't like it.
That well, that's the thing. Like, I don't mind them doing that. Like, I don't mind them doing different shit. You know what I mean? Like, that was my whole thing about like the Beauty and the Beast one. Like, I like a bunch of the changes they did, because if you just make the same fucking movie, why not just watch the old movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, this is the same story. It's just like a different take on it. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like I think I said before, just if it's that much different, I'm just not going to see it. But it's not a big deal, and it doesn't destroy the fact that the original Mulan exists.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you don't like it, no worries. Just watch the original. Yeah.
Something I gotta ask you, and maybe you didn't have it there, but
Okay.
did you have the live action Hercules TV show with Kevin Sorbo?
Oh yeah, of course.
So good. I remember.
Dude, we had Xena Warrior Princess as well.
Hell yeah.
I watched fucking both, baby.
So good.
Xena was my childhood hero.
Really? I
loved Xena.
I was all about that Kevin Sorbo. Thought he was a bad dude.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't disagree with that, but you know,
And
there's something about Xena.
And they had mashups. I wonder if this is all owned by Disney too.
I hope so, dude.
I liked Xena's battle cry and the disc she used to throw that would just always come back to her.
Yeah. Zena was the best. I miss her.
Yeah.
Hasn't texted me in ages. I don't know what's up.
Oh man, dude, on sci-fi.com they got the mashup episodes that's like 45 minutes long. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, I love
Yeah.
those episodes.
Also, I loved how they both had like just a kind of a companion, just a mortal companion with them. Well, Xena was mortal. She was just an
Yeah,
absolute badass.
yeah. I don't know, dude. Just something about chicks kicking ass. I don't know what it is.
I feel you.
Yeah. But did you know that like out of like the Disney Renaissance movie, Mulan is actually like the second one based off like a Chinese story?
No, what was the other one?
Aladdin.
Really? That's a Chinese story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's originally like a Chinese fairy tale.
Huh. So what do you think Disney thought when they decided to make it? They're just like, okay, so
Well,
we'll
like
just we'll
like
just take this out of China and put it in India and we'll be fine. Or not India. Where's Aladdin
no, no,
based?
no, no. Like that's not a Disney thing because that's like it's like it got changed like in history as well
Okay.
of like oh like where like I think it went from China to like the Middle East and then like it got told in the Middle East a bunch as well. So then like for a bunch of people it's known as like a Middle East story, but I think like originally it's a Chinese story.
Huh. The chat's popping off a little bit, and just some of our discussions are making me wonder what other gruesome tales are actually behind Disney shows or Disney
What?
movies. Like the real story of Cinderella is real effed up. The story of Hercules is different. The Hunchback of Notre Dame one is real messed up. What other ones do you know off the top of your head?
Fucking Pocahontas.
Oh yeah, I mean there's just death and slavery. So that's
Yeah, I think honestly, like Beauty and the Beast, the original, isn't that bad. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
because that's the thing though. Like fairy tales, like of the same, like old school fairy tales, often just end in tragedy. Like they're just fucked up. Yeah,
yeah.
like because they're used to like, um, they were used to basically kill childlike wonder and imagination. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
like,
man.
because people would like think of like, oh, well, like all of this shit that's like out there in the world. It's like, all right, it's time to like stop fucking wondering about like how fantastic the world's gonna be because the world's fucking shit. So here's all this shit that can happen with all this stuff you're imagining, and it's all horrific. So that you just like stop imagining it and just get your ass to work. Like I'm pretty sure that's the idea behind it.
Oh man, I just found one that's Pinocchio. I'm gonna read it real quick. When people visualize Pinocchio, they see the sweet young puppet with a desire to be a real boy. The Disney movie tells a tale of his adventures with his friend and advisor Jiminy Cricket and how they ultimately lead him to his dream of becoming a human. The original creator of Pinocchio, Carlo Collodi, was hoping for a different image. Collodi created the character for a serial story in Italian newspapers with the goal of showing kids the consequences of being bad. Collodi's Pinocchio was cruel and mischievous. His Jiminy Cricket was only referred to as Talking Cricket, and when the cricket tried to give Pinocchio some good advice, the puppet boy killed him with a mallet. Pinocchio is constantly tortured in different ways throughout the story, all punishment for bad behavior. Collodi initially ended the tale with Pinocchio's death by hanging, but because of an outcry from fans, Collodi was forced to continue. So he decided Pinocchio's life would be spared in exchange for even more gruesome punishments from that point forward.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Like Disney even changed that, right? Where Pinocchio is like way more lighthearted and better, but then still, like, especially like for a Disney movie as well, like Pinocchio's so fucking dark, you can't really get around it.
Yeah, and he
Like
gets
when they go,
like he
like when
gets
they,
drunk and all that.
yeah, like when they go like to the island with all the boys that like behave bad and shit,
Yeah.
like, and then they all like turn into donkeys and all that kind of stuff. Like that's horrifying as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
it's
not
horrific.
watch Pinocchio all the way through a whole lot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I found another one, Dark Disney. It's The Little Mermaid.
Oh,
In Hans Christian Andersen's version of the tale, Ariel makes a deal with a sea witch in order to become human and pursue the prince she saved in a shipwreck. She gets a pair of legs in exchange for her tongue. However, part of the deal is that every step she takes with this new pair of legs will feel like walking on shattered glass. If Ariel gets her true love's
yeah.
kiss, she can remain a human, but if she fails, she will die. The prince never actually saw Ariel's face when she saved him, so he ends up marrying someone else. The sea witch tells Ariel she can just turn back into a mermaid instead of dying if she kills the prince. Of course, Ariel cannot bring herself to do that. Instead, dark Disney fashion, she throws herself into the ocean and dissolves into sea foam. Oh,
Yep. Yep.
hell.
Fairy tales are fucked up, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god. I just found the one for the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm not gonna read this one because you already went over that.
Yeah. Hunchback, I like. I mean, like, I really like the original. That's the thing. Like, I'll.
Oh wait, there's something you
I
left
will-
out that is fucked. So you go ahead and I'll say it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm a big fan of tragedy, right? Like, I really like tragic stories. Like, if you look at like mainstream media and entertainment, also, like, most of my favorite characters are just like really tragic characters because I feel like it's just like a lot more real than a lot of other stories because everybody goes through tragic shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I'm
So-
a big fan of that.
It's a little part of Hunchback that we left out. It's already uncharacteristically morbid for Disney, but the original novel by Victor Hugo has an even worse ending for the protagonist. In Hugo's story, Frollo framed Esmeralda for attempted murder, and she was sentenced to be hanged.
Yeah.
Quasimodo still pushed Frollo off a roof, but it was because Frollo was laughing at Esmeralda's hanging. Quasi then goes to Esmeralda's grave and refuses to leave her, so he ultimately dies of starvation there. Hugo's book
Yes.
did not end happily forever for anyone.
Yeah, I knew about that. Yeah.
I found one for Snow White as well.
well, like it did hand happily, like I said, like for Captain Phoebus, like he lived.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
another day, you know?
Yeah,
Another day,
it's
another
like another day, another hanging, living a life.
All right. This one's for Snow White. Snow White still gets her happily ever after in the original Brothers Grimm fairy tale. After the evil
All
queen
right.
failed 2 attempts to personally kill Snow White, she finally decided to try out the poison apple. It seemed to work, but then the prince swooped in with his true love's kiss to save her. In the end of this dark Disney story, Snow White and the prince are still married. However, the evil queen is at the wedding, and her punishment is that she has to dance around in iron-hot shoes, burning her feet until she dies. Even princesses get their revenge. Holy shit!
That's fucking dope, though. Like I respect that.
Man, just think of that morbid aspect to a wedding. It's like, oh, this person who tried to keep us from being together, we'll watch her die.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Have you seen Maleficent?
I have not.
Me neither. I've only heard bad things about Maleficent.
Really?
Because the whole thing is like, yeah, like the whole thing is like why people like Maleficent is because it's like it's a strong female villain, you know, like it's a strong female antagonist, and then apparently like they just completely can change the story in the actual Maleficent movie, you know, like with Angelina Jolie, and just make her like completely
Oh, really? So she's a
sympathetic
good
and like
guy?
all that kind of stuff. It's like no, like that's not the point. Yeah, I think like what one part of it is that fucking what's her face, Sleeping Beauty, I don't remember her name, has to like she has to awaken from true love's kiss.
Uh-huh.
So the prince comes by, kisses her, doesn't work, and then Maleficent comes by and kisses her, and it does work because she loved her like a mother because she took care of her
Oh.
the entire time. And it's like, okay, like what the fuck?
That's a fun, like, little plot twist or whatever.
I think it's whack, dude. Because like, that's the thing. Like I'm all for change and everything,
Yeah.
but Maleficent's whole deal and why people liked her is because of her villainy. You know what I mean? Like because of how antagonistic she was.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, let's make her the hero.
All right,
What?
let's switch this shit up, guys.
Yeah. Aurora, that was the name. Thank you, Kim.
Uh,
I fucking forgot.
that was Sleeping Beauty's name?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I never knew that.
I did, but I forgot. I knew it was something with an A, but then I kept thinking about Ariel because of like fucking Little Mermaid.
So
Yeah.
I'm on a BuzzFeed article that's giving more dark horror stories behind the actual stories, and all of the images have been pulled, I guess, by Disney. So it's making it hard to siphon through everything. But this one title stuck out, so I need to read this. And the title says, "Snow White should have been directed by Quentin Tarantino."
Wait, what?
I will continue reading. In the Disney version, Snow White's only crime was that she was the fairest of all women in the realm, and for that reason she has to escape the woods where she ends up living with 7 dwarfs. It is there that a wicked witch poisons her, The dwarfs attempt to avenge her, and the witch falls to her death. While she's still asleep, a prince comes out of nowhere and revives Snow White, and of course they live happily ever after. In the original story by the Brothers Grimm, the witch doesn't die under the rock. Her punishment for trying to kill Snow White is to dance in heated. Oh, okay, so that was already that.
Oh yeah.
But I do appreciate that they want it redirected by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah, because they know he'll make it gruesome.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, in real
Snow
life,
White though, like the Disney like Snow White is like super old. Like I accidentally typed Snow Shite. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is from 1937.
Oh yeah, that's an old one.
Yeah, I remember being really shocked when I found out that it was like that fucking old.
Yeah.
That's incredible though.
Yeah, like because they kind of are ageless and timeless. Like if you look at them, you're kind of like, yeah, it's not the modern style of doing things, but they still look all right. They still look fine, colorful and nice.
Yeah, they still hold up.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the thing as well. Like Sleeping Beauty from Disney is pretty old as well. You know, let me actually look it up. Yeah, it's like 1959. But I remember like I watched that like I don't know, not that long ago. I was just like, yeah, man, like that fucking animation and shit like still holds up, man. It's good.
Found another one here that says in real life Mulan loses the war.
Hell yeah.
In Disney version,
of course they do, because the Huns took over everything.
Yeah. In Disney's version, Mulan is a girl with a cricket and a dragon who pretends to be a man to fight in the Chinese army against the Huns. After showing her valor, Mulan wins the war and goes back home to play with her crickets. In the original story, Hao Mulan's poem, China loses the war. The Khan from the enemy lets Mulan live with the condition that she lives with him, so Mulan escapes. When she arrives home, she discovers that her father is dead and her mother has remarried. Then she says, I'm a woman, I survived the war, and I have done enough. Now I want to be with my father, and she kills herself. Fuck.
Give it up for fairy tales, everybody.
Oh, man. That one was tough to read. Just basically standing tall, being like, I went through all this shit. Like, no, I'm done.
What about Tarzan, though? Let's see. Go there. Any like major differences there?
Tarzan, I'm not. Let's see.
I think in general, Tarzan like doesn't end that bad, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
know.
Because here's the thing. Like I'm reading like the original Tarzan story now, though.
Okay.
Now, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, Tarzan travels to find Jane in Wisconsin, USA, where he rescues her from a fire. Tarzan learns the bitter news that she has become engaged to William Clayton. Meanwhile, clues from his parents' cabin. Meanwhile, clues from his parents' cabin have enabled D'Arnaud to prove Tarzan's true identity as John Clayton II, the Earl of Greystoke. Instead of reclaiming his inheritance from William, Tarzan chooses rather to conceal and renounce his heritage for the sake of Jane's happiness. Oh, that's not that grave an ending either. Tarzan and Jane don't end up with each other.
That's sad.
But at least he doesn't fucking kill himself. So
yeah,
like Quasimodo and Mulan and like all the other ones, pretty much.
So I found more to the Hercules story. Hercules was a savage, killer, rapist, genocida who was poisoned by his own mother. And then it goes on to explain in the Disney version, Hercules is the young son of Zeus and saves Megara from the clutches of Hades to become a true hero and rival Mountain Olympus.
Yeah.
In the original story, Hercules was a savage, and a single post is not enough to explain the extent of his crimes. But let's talk about Meg. Meg was the daughter of the king of Thebes, and Hercules took her into marriage almost by force. They had 2 children and lived happily ever after until Hera, Zeus's wife, drove Hercules mad, and he killed Meg and their children. Tormented by guilt.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Tormented by guilt, Hercules still completed the same 12 tasks as in the film, but with extreme violence and disregard for life. Dude, he's Kratos.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I forgot that he fucking killed his wife. So it's his mom that gives him the armor, I think.
Oh,
because like I'm pretty sure like he kills Nessus as well. Wait, of course, somebody named their fucking software Nessus, so it's hard to find.
Those sons of bitches. Goddamn developers.
Okay, asshole. I'm just trying to read up on mythology here. Nessus is known for his role in the story of the Tunic of Nessus. Yeah. And for carrying Deianira, I can't pronounce that name, so I'm not going to try. The wife of Heracles across the river, he attempted to force himself upon her. So, he's a centaur and a rapist.
Well.
Hercules saw this from across the river and shot a hydra-poisoned arrow into Nessus's breast. As he lay dying as a final act of malice, Nessus told Deianira that his blood would ensure that that Heracles would be true to her forever, knowing the blood to be infected with the Hydra's poison. Deianira foolishly believed him. Later, when her trust began to wane because of Iole, who I guess is like somebody like interested in Hercules or whatever, she spread the centaur's blood on a robe.
That piece of man meat.
Yeah, and gave it to her husband. Heracles went to a gathering of heroes where his passion got the better of him. Meanwhile, Deianira accidentally spilled a portion of Centaur's blood onto the floor. To her horror, it began to fume by the light of the rising sun. She instantly recognized it as poison and sent her messenger to warn Heracles, but it was too late. Heracles lay dying slowly and painfully as the robe burned his skin, either in actual flames or by the heat of poison. He died a noble death on a funeral pyre of oak branches. Heracles was then taken to Mount Olympus by Zeus and welcomed among the gods. Oh, so he's actually welcomed among the gods. Never mind.
A
similar theme.
Didn't end too bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a real shit deal for his wife.
Yeah, poor her.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's why I was confused about Meg. Because, like, the wife that kills him has a different name. Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, so he gets remarried.
Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he just moves on. He doesn't give a fuck, dude.
Like, whatever. Good prank, Mom.
Yeah. Way to go, Mom.
Let's see. I found another one. Mowgli committed genocide. It's not funny, but it's funny. In Disney's version, Mowgli is a boy who has been abandoned by his parents in the jungle, where a bear and a panther teach him to sing songs and to forage for himself.
Yeah.
Moving on to the original story. In Rudyard Kipling's book, after killing the murderous tiger Shere Khan, Mowgli discovers that his biological parents have been captured by a village of farmers. With the help of the wolves and the elephants, Mowgli destroys the village and kills its inhabitants. Later, he has to escape because the inhabitants believe him to be an evil spirit. Finally, Mowgli finds peace in a village governed by the English. I mean, that's just a boy. Boys raised by wolves. That's how they handle shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Leave Mowgli.
I actually love that. Like, oh, you're gonna fucking take my parents hostage? Here's a stampede of elephants.
Yeah, hope you don't mind. I'm a full-grown man now with a bunch of fucking friends and animals. Oh no, he wasn't in the book or in the movie. He became a full-grown man, but I guess in the original story, he's still a child, I suppose.
Yeah,
there's boys,
which is
boys.
even better.
Yeah,
yeah. What I've seen that phrase come up a lot recently, right? Boys being boys, because reasons. But whenever I see it, I have to think of It's Always Sunny, and with fucking Charlie and his fucking rapist uncle, and his uncle always telling him, well, "Boys will be boys." Yeah.
No.
I was thinking of that one, and like his reaction, so I was like, "No, this will not be boys. No. Men will be men, and you guys stay away from me."
Found one more. Cinderella contained blood and mutilation.
Nice.
In the Disney version, a princess who was mistreated by her stepmother goes to a ball and meets a prince, but has to escape before midnight and loses a slipper in her haste. Then the prince takes the slipper and has young ladies in the realm try it on to see if it fits. He finds Cinderella, whom it fits perfectly, and they live happily ever after. In the original story.
Yeah.
In Charles Perrault version, when the prince arrives at Cinderella's house, the stepmother orders her two daughters to cut off their toes and put on their slippers. Her plan does not work, and Cinderella gets the prince and a happy ending. To add insult to injury, during the wedding, some pigeons devour the eyes of her already mutilated stepsisters.
Oh my god!
Oh, and then this one. Sleeping Beauty shouldn't even be a story for kids. In Disney version, a princess pricks her finger on a spinning wheel's spindle and succumbs to eternal sleep. A brave prince rescues her with a kiss, and they both live happily ever after. In the original story, in the Giambattista Basile version, Aurora is not woken up with a sweet kiss, but with the birth of her twins. Oh, I forgot to mention that the prince doesn't kiss her here. He gets her pregnant and then leaves because he's married. When Aurora and her children arrive in the palace, the prince's wife tries to kill him, but the king stops her and allows Aurora to marry the man who raped her. Holy shit. Oh my god.
I fucking love fairy tales, bro.
This is...
And people complain about Pocahontas being changed. Oh my god.
Oh, man. Did you cover Beauty and the Beast at all? The real story?
No.
Because I found that too. So, Disney version, Belle is kidnapped by a beast, hence the name Beauty and the Beast, and lives in a luxurious castle with talking utensils until she discovers the monster's
she doesn't get kidnapped in the original.
Oh, yeah.
As far as I know.
In love, she kisses him and saves him from a spell that made him ugly because physical beauty does matter. I like the way they just add that in there.
Yeah.
In the original story by Gabriel Suzanne Barbeau, fucking too long of a name. Cut that shit out.
He's a French dude.
Yeah. Belle convinces the beast to let her visit her sisters for a week. Upon seeing her covered in jewelry and hearing about the luxurious life she leads, the sisters convince Belle to stay longer with the intention that her delay will drive the beast mad and he will devour Belle. Jesus.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like Beauty and the Beast, like in general, like is pretty tame.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is like he doesn't kidnap her like in the original story. Like he's actually like courtly and like a gentleman like the entire time. The thing is just like she's like so mortified by like his physical appearance that she can't really like get herself to like communicate with him and all that stuff. But like he actually like attempts in like a very like nice way until like they do end up spending time together, this and that, you know, and then like that stuff happens, but eventually she goes back and then he is like on the floor basically, like I think like or like on the ground like in his garden.
Yeah.
Because and like dying because of a broken heart.
Oh my goodness.
But then she shows up and like it heals him and then it like transforms his appearance. So and then at the end like they do get married and they live happily ever after. So that's actually like that's not that bad of a story.
All right. So we're going to wrap it up here in a second, but before we do, I want to tell the happier of the grim stories.
Okay.
So this one's actually a happy ending for the podcast. Okay, so this one...
The Ice Queen.
No, this one is Rapunzel. In the Disney version, Rapunzel is a beautiful princess with long blonde hair who lives in a trapped tower. One day she meets a bandit, and together they have plenty of adventures that are not featured in the original story. In the original story, this is maybe the happiest Grimm Brothers story on the list. Rapunzel's parents were farmers who got her after exchanging a bit of Rapunzel plant, Rampion, for a salad with a witch when she was a baby. When she was 12, the witch locked her in a tower and that had no doors or stairs and just a window. The only way to get to Rapunzel at the top was to climb her beautiful long hair. One day, a prince walking by the tower hears her sing, so he goes up the tower. That same night, Rapunzel decides to marry him. Must have been a good night. When the prince goes back for her, he climbs up her golden hair but finds a witch in the tower. She throws him out the window, and the prince falls on some spines that enter through his eyes. He spends months roaming the prairies and woods of the realm, blind, until he hears Rapunzel's voice from afar. When he finds her, she has 2 children, and her magic tears give him back his sight. Rapunzel and the prince get married and live happily ever after.
Yeah, that one's actually all right.
Yeah, that one's nice.
Yeah.
So we went.
I actually really like Tangled, by the way, which is like the Disney Rapunzel story, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember everybody was like mad hype over Frozen, which is based off the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
Which is like I thought Frozen was fine. Like don't get me wrong, but I do think like it's a little overrated.
Yeah.
But I thought Tangled was better. Like I really like Tangled.
Fair enough.
I just thought it had more heart. You know what I mean? And it's also like one thing that really bothered me about Frozen is the like I get it. Like it's the Disney animated movie, so like it's a musical, right? But the songs in Frozen just come out of nowhere. Like every other Disney, like Tangled does it really well, where at least like there's a build up and like okay, like it feels like the song like naturally moves into the scene, and then it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like with Frozen, they just fucking drop a bomb on you, and just fucking, just this shit just comes flying out of the sky. It's just like, hey, here's a song because we got to hit that quota. You know, we got to have those songs in there.
Listen, we need a good tune every 23 minutes. All right, you better get us stepping.
Yeah, but I still like Frozen.
I haven't seen it yet, so that has to be on the to-do list.
Yeah, Tangled is better though.
I'll do that too. I got a niece. She'll watch this stuff with me.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right. Well,
I watched it all by myself like a real man.
bet you
All
did.
in my lonesome in my dark little room
Oh my.
with a tub of Ben and Jerry's.
Well, on that note, thank you everybody for joining this week. Hope it brought a little bright spot to your day. Tomorrow we won't be co-streaming together.
Are we not gonna do questions?
Oh no, we went a little over an hour and 10. Just figured go ahead and wrap it up with that.
Fair enough.
Thank you everybody for joining. Tomorrow won't be a co-stream. I've got something I have to do with family. Jurn will do whatever he does, and then we'll be back on Sunday. So there's that.
Yeah, well, it might do a little longer on Sunday, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what time AJ can begin.
You just
Because
let me
on
know.
Sunday, I do have to work. So,
Just let me know, and we'll make it work.
sure.
All right, thank